Hi guys, welcome to Sabima tutorial. In our lesson today, I want us to consider differentiation of function of function. We'll be using chain rule method to do that. Alright. Observe these functions here. We have two functions as a function here. Consider what we have inside this bracket. 3x minus 4 is a function. And then the whole bracket raised to the power 4 is another function. So we call it function of function. And to differentiate it, we use chain rule. Alright, so I will show you the simple steps to achieve that. But take note that chain rule says that to obtain the y over the x, I will solve for the u over the x and then multiply it with another solution, which is the y over the u. I'll solve the u over the x and then the y over the u. Multiply the both of them, I will obtain the differentiation of the function. So to start with, we'll solve the first function there. For 1, I have y to be equal to 3x squared minus 4 raised to the power 4. The first thing I'll do is to obtain a new function out of this function. So I'll say u to be equal to what I have inside the bracket, which is 3x squared minus 4. 3x squared minus 4. Then if u is equal to this, that means that y is equal to u raised to the power 4. Everything here is u. Therefore, I will substitute u for everything here. I will now have u. So this is u raised to the power 4. This is what I have. So from here now, I'll solve for the u over the x, which is this. And then I'll solve for the y over the u, which is this. So when I've done that, I'll multiply the both of them. I will obtain my y over the x. So let's go. Let's solve the u over the x. To get this, differentiating here, 2 multiply 3, I'll have 6x. 2 minus 1 will give me 1, so I will not write it again. Then differentiation of a constant is 0, so 4 is gone. Then let us solve the derivative of the second function, which is the y over the u. So differentiating u raised to the power 4, 4 will come down so that I will have 4u. 4 minus 1 will give me 3. So this is what I have for the two functions I produced. Then the next thing I'll do is say recall this function or relation, the u over the x multiply the y over the u. So to obtain my dy over the x, I'll multiply the both of them. This will give me 6x times 4u raised to the power 3. If I multiply here, I will have 24x u raised to the power 3. Then recall that u is equal to this guy. Look at it here. 3x squared minus 4. So anywhere I have u in this derivative, I'll put the function. So finally my dy over the x is equal to, this is 24x into, I'll put this guy for u, 3x squared minus 4. Remember that this u has power 3 over 3. This is the derivative of this function using chain rule. Let's solve the second question. I have y to be equal to 1 over square root of 1 plus x raised to the power 3. To simplify this, the first thing I'll do is to find a way to get rid of the fraction and the square root. Alright? So to do that, I will say that 1 over 1 plus x raised to the power 3 raised to the power 1 over 2. You know that when you have x, square root of x, it's the same as x raised to the power 1 over 2. Okay, so if I have cube root of x, that means I'll have raised to the power 1 over 3. So having done that, let's get rid of this fraction now. I will say 1 plus x raised to the power 3 raised to the power minus 1. You know that 1 over x is same as x inverse, or x raised to the power minus 1. I've done that now. Remember that I have 1 over 2 here, so I'll multiply by 1 over 2. So I'll finally have 1 plus x raised to the power 3 raised to the power minus 1 times half, being minus 1 over 2. So this is the function that I will differentiate. So whenever you have a fraction and you want to solve function of a function or change, first of all, get rid of that fraction by taking the inverse of the given function, just like we have here, the inverse. Then if you have a square root, also get rid of that square root by taking the power of the fraction of that root that you have. So at this point, we are going to produce our two functions that we are going to differentiate. So we say let u be the function inside the bracket 1 plus x raised to the power 3, and then y will now become u raised to the power minus 1 over 2. Take note of what happened. The function inside the bracket equated to u, then this whole bracket is my u raised it to the power of minus 1 over 2. And when we have done that, differentiate this and differentiate this. So to differentiate u, I'll say the u over x is equal, differentiating here will give me 3x squared. You know that this 3 will come down, and then this 3 must subtract 1 to remain 2. But meanwhile, if I differentiate 1, I will have 0, so no need of adding it here. Then to differentiate the second one, the y over the u. This will give me, this half minus half will come down. I'll have minus 1 over 2 u. Then minus 1 over 2 will subtract 1. So minus 1 over 2 minus 1. Using LCM. 2 go here. So I'll have minus 1 plus 2 will go inside here. This is 2. Minus 1 plus 2 will give me 1. So I'll have 1 over 2. So just know how you do it. Any power you have here will subtract 1. Alright? I've subtracted that. So this is what I have. Having achieved the differentiation of the two functions, multiply the both of them. So I will say that the y over the x will become this 3x squared times the second one minus 1 over 2 u raised to the power 1 over 2. If I multiply it, 3 times half give me 3 over 2. Because that I have a negative, then x squared u raised to the power 1 over 2. But recall that our u is equal to 1 plus x raised to the power 3. So let's substitute. Therefore, I'll have minus 3 over 2 x raised to the power 2. Then we'll now substitute for u. My u is 1 plus x raised to the power 3. We have half here, 1 over 2. This becomes the solution of this guy. So we handle these two. I'll choose another one and solve. Then I'll leave you to solve others as a practice question. Alright, let me solve number 7. The idea I will use to solve this number 7 is what you will apply in this number 3, and then apply what I did here to solve number 6. Then what I did in number 2, apply it to solve number 5. So let me solve number 7. So my y is equal to 4 over 1 minus x raised to the power minus 2. Then the first thing I'll do is to get rid of the fraction. Get rid of the fraction. So to do that, I will say that, recall that if I have a over b, it is the same thing as saying a times 1 over b. Let's do that here. And this 1 over b can also be written as b inverse. Alright? 1 over b is b inverse. Let's do that here. So I'll have 4 times 1 over 1 minus x raised to the power minus 2. This guy now is same as this. Having done that, I'll use this one as inverse. So I'll have 4 times 1 minus x inverse. But remember, I have a negative 2 here, so I also multiply the negative 2. Then 4 times this bracket, I'll have 4 into 1 minus x. Minus 1 times 2 will give me, minus 1 times minus 2 will give me positive 2. So this is the new function that I have, which I'll be differentiating. But meanwhile, it is also a function of function. So to separate them, I will say let u be equal to 1 minus x. Therefore, my y will now become 4u raised to power x. Since u is x, 1 minus x, I'll put u for 1 minus x in the function here. Then the next thing I'll do is to differentiate. So let's differentiate du with respect to x. So I'll have u over the x. Differentiating here, I will have minus 1. You know that if I differentiate 1, it is 0. So, and then if I differentiate x, I will have 1. 0 minus 1 will give me minus 1. Then we differentiate here. Du dy over du. Y with respect to u. Alright, 2 will come down to multiply 4, I will have 8. Then 2 subtracting 1, I will have 1 remaining, but I will not write it. So what I have is 8u. So having differentiated the both places, I will multiply the both of them to get the y over x. So to get that, I'll say minus 1 times 8u. If I multiply here, I'll have minus 8u. So we recall that u is equal to, u is 1 minus x. So we put it back into u here. Therefore, my dy over dx will be equal to minus 8 into 1 minus x. That becomes our answer. Thank you so much for coming on board today. Please do not forget to like this video, share this video to your friends, and follow my page. Subscribe to my YouTube channel also. God bless you. Bye bye.